Oh, well, hello there, you beautiful, wonderful, miraculous human being. I'm Andrea Dawn, and today we are here to discuss a little yoga philosophy. So, we've been working on the koshas, and we started with the most outer layer, our physical layer, Annamaya kosha. And then we started to energetically work our way in. So from that physical layer, we use our breath as the bridge to make our way into our pranamaya kosha, where our more subtle energy exists. And then from there, into our manamaya kosha, our mental layer, our mental body. Today we're talking about Vijnanamaya kosha. So after that mental body, then comes this body of wisdom, of intelligence, of discernment, of awareness. And this is the body that yoga is ultimately concerned with, because the more time we can spend here in this place, the more we can be aware of truth and have a clarity and a sense of what is really happening that is not flavored by our past perceptions or our opinions or our beliefs, which often color the way that we see the world. So when we can be here, then we free ourselves of all of that and we get to experience a more peaceful nature. So I'm going to read to you what I wrote about it. And open your heart to receive. The koshas are the layers of which we are composed and collectively are known as pancha kosha. These layers are not separate from one another. Each layer holds influence upon one another. Because we can easily accept that we have a physical body, this is an excellent place to begin. The physical body, or Annamaya kosha, is bridged by the breath and takes us to the energy body, or Pranamaya kosha, which then takes us to the mental body, or Manamaya kosha, where we experience all of our internal dialogue. But today we dive in and through the mental body to arrive at the wisdom body. This layer or sheath is called the Vijnanamaya kosha. This is where we develop awareness, discernment, intellect, and knowledge. Vijnanamaya kosha is less obstructed than the other layers and therefore closer to our Atman, or our true selves, which is why yoga is concerned with relieving the stress and struggle of the other koshas so that we have more and more opportunities to reside here in this space. Our presence strengthens our abilities to discern, to be objective, to be a witness, free from the flavoring of our past and our opinions. It is here we are relieved of our tendency to react and our incessant desires for reciprocity and from our dependence to validation from the external world. When all of the needing, wanting, reacting, and being offended ceases, there's a tranquility of which holds space for clarity. Here in this place of not having to do or perform or justify or get somewhere or be someone, we are available to hear our own hearts. Here we are available to receive instruction from Source itself. Let me assure you, Source never ceases to call. We have just been too busy to pick up, believing that it's more important to answer the call of this friend or that social media post or this drama or that love interest. Today and every day, we have the power to simply not pick up the calls that are not from God herself. We can be mindful to not busy up the line with all the things that just don't matter. Perhaps when the internal dialogue or the external dialogue becomes repetitive or undeserving of our attention, we hear the beep, beep, beep of the busy signal and allow that to remind us that Krishna or Lakshmi is probably on the other line trying to get through. Decide to answer their call, because guaranteed the conversation, or perhaps relief of conversation, will be absolutely enlightening. And I really liked that metaphor of, on the old school telephone, and maybe that's dating me too far back, but that beep, beep, beep of the busy signal is something we can employ on our own selves when we start that spinning, that same dialogue over and over again, or when we're having conversations that are really not of benefit to ourselves or others. When we find ourselves complaining, when we find ourselves Just being more focused on what's not right than what is. And if we can kind of employ that beep, 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 we can take a pause, we can stop, we can be present, and arrive in that seat as the witness in our Vijnanamaya Kosha. The more time we spend here, the more we get to experience not only peace, but our true self, right? This is how we arrive at our Atman, at our Purusha, at that part of us that is the ray of the sun itself. If this was helpful, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, share with your friends. Every week I will have new philosophy for you, and I hope it was helpful. May you feel and be and know that you are divine. My heart sees and feels and smiles to yours. Namaste, yogis.